Så du min, og jeg vild med dig.
Hello there. This is Maria, your Danish astrologer, usually living in Tokyo, now here in my hometown, Esbjerg. It's so beautiful, you can see here by the sea. The sea is very special. It's called the Wadden Sea. It's a mud flat, and this means that the water extracts sometimes certain times a day. And this is how it looks like when the water left the shore. I'm gonna film this from above now, as you see my hometown, and me on my roller skates, and I'm gonna give you a report for the new moon in Taurus and everything that's going on in this crazy wild astrology week. Technical issues is what we have had, so therefore the camera's gonna be shaking and there will be some turbulence technically, but that's okay. The point is getting through. Here we go. Hi, it's Maria. I wanna share my dreams with you. This is the story of a girl who thought she knew. I wanna share my dreams with you. Welcome to Maria in RainbowLand. I'm passing the street here, so seeing a little the street isn't that far off where I am. So, technical issues. We have a new moon in Taurus, but we also have a Mars square Uranus-Mercury conjunct, which means that I have been struggling a little bit with the technical things, but still a lot of good things like this beautiful ocean that you just saw in the beginning. As we pass my father and my lovely dog Muni, who is 15 years old. Double Leo she is, enjoying life to the max. Someone I knew probably well. I am living in Tokyo usually. Let me go over here to sit down because I want to make this work. I'm living in Tokyo usually, and I have several jobs because I'm a lot of Aries, a lot of Virgo, Pisces, and Libra rising. 29 and something degrees. I'm on the cusp. So the thing is that I've been an astrologer, upcoming for many years, but I have an astrologer uncle and aunt who's been in the business for 50 years. And what they taught me early on, like 19 years ago, or was it 18? You're not an astrologer until you really discovered and looked into the stars, looked into the daily lives of people, of yourself, of everyone, everything, and getting to learn each planet. See what's happening when the planets are in different places, etc. So I couldn't really call me an astrologer until now. Perfect timing for me, Mars moving into Aquarius. But for you guys, enough about me. I just wanted to introduce myself. I will do that further on again. Let's see if this equipment will work now, because I really wanted to roll so you could see the beautiful keshiki, as it's called in Japanese, landscape with me as I'm rolling. But maybe that won't be possible, but let's see. The thing is that this is a report about the new moon in Taurus. As you might know already, throughout a year we have one new moon and one full moon in each sign, which means that it kind of sets the tone for the next year in this particular field or area. But so much going on at the same time, so it's not only about that. But in Taurus we are talking about stabilizing things. It's the most fixed, it's the most grounded material sign in the zodiac, because it's a fixed sign and it's an earth sign. And we are getting realistic about things, materializing, grounding the things after we've been in Aries with Uranus and Mercury also coming into Taurus. Things have been like so up in the air in many ways and very, very changing. Issues have been around about our identity and how we perceive ourselves, and changes within, depending on which sign you are. And later on in this report I will of course get into each and every one of the signs. But we are having Mercury soon making aspects to Saturn up there in Capricorn, and we are also having Mars forming a square, as I said, to Uranus and Mercury. And also to the new moon. It's kind of like all placed at the same position. So we are stabilizing things on the collective level at the same time as we are stirring it up. So it's a kind of a contradictory report in some ways, because wherever Uranus goes, it's like a what do you call it in English?
A lightning rod that triggers the tension.
Uranus is lightning. It seeks where the tension is and it resolves it. So it cleans up the area, and Taurus is our finances, our values, our value system, financially and personally. So at the same time it's connected to the things up there in Capricorn, which is our structures here in society. We need to get used to now seeing in the world how certain things will stabilize
in order for us to find a more stable ground. As we know, everything happens for a reason. Also this.
So it's a lot of Taurian energy, a lot of Earth energy, since we have so much up there in Capricorn. So we also have Venus moving into the sign of Cancer, and we have Mars entering its shadow phase. And actually, it already did, but actually it's moving into Aquarius as well. That is a lot of shifting. If you don't know too much about astrology, it's a major shift week. And as it's a new moon, we're starting a new moon phase for a month. And in Taurus, it's about our values. And we start with the collective, and then I go into the sun signs. And all of these things moving into Taurus, it means that we are materializing, we are manifesting. Since Taurus is the fixed sign, and it's an earth sign, it's time to make it real, it's time to make it happen, it's time to make it concrete in the 3D world. And as we're having a lot of things up there in a good aspect, a trine in Capricorn to all the things in Taurus, it should be possible if you are willing to do the work. But the funny contradiction here is that Uranus is a planet that doesn't really feel stable, because it's sudden change, it's lightning, it's releasing tension wherever tension has built. They're suddenly shifting, and Taurus doesn't really like that. So it's going to be a funny combination, but at the same time, maybe it will ground the changes more. But anyways, our value systems will probably change, as it has already done in many ways in Aries, where we have focused so much upon ourselves with all the selfies and who are we in society? Look at me, I look good in this angle, etc., etc. The face, the head is Aries, and the Taurus is the neck actually, and it's the strong bull, that can be a little stubborn. So it's shaking up wherever we have been fixed and stuck, according to our own sign, but also in society. Where has things been stuck, needing to change? Couldn't it be money-wise? The imbalance that has been in the world. But let's see where it goes. It's going to be interesting to see. At the same time as we've had Uranus in the square, the square to Pluto up there in Capricorn. So much has been going on in that part of the zodiac that needs the tension relief down there in Taurus. So it's really good. But let me just get this camera working the way I want it to work, and I will start with each of the sun signs. So Aries, I'm trying to make the camera stable here, because you are looking at more stable times. Yeah, I'm on my roller skates. So I'm going out on the street. We're having a sunset here, a beautiful one. But since we have Mercury conjunct Uranus with the square to Mars, it has decided to be troublesome for me. And now I'm going to go downhill here with my skates on. Maybe this is how the last 7 years has felt for you, Aries. I'm your fellow Aries, by the way. 18 degrees of Aries, Mars in Aries, so I don't know what we're talking about here. So, the most important thing in this coming week that I want to mention is that we have a new moon in Taurus. And at the same time we have Mercury and Uranus moving into Taurus. We have Venus moving, and this is your second house of values, money, etc., etc., stability. And then we have Venus moving into Cancer. The fourth house of the whole emotions, etc. And I will also mention your planet, of course, Mars, primary planet, going into Aquarius. And it has entered a shadow period. So these are the things that I will be touching in this report, which is important. So let's just effing celebrate that now we have finally, not for the last time in 84 years, because Mars is moving back. Uranus is moving back shortly, at the end of this, middle of this year, into our sign again. But for the long haul, we are ending a period of 7 to 8 years where we have been restructuring our identity, looking upon being more true to ourselves, finding out who we really are and want to be here in this world, and what we can do to make a change. And if you're like, well, I didn't really find out of that, then take a closer look, start meditating, look into it. Use a little bit of the Neptunian energy and start feeling that. But the thing is you're moving into our sign of values and of money and stability, because Taurus is a fixed earth sign. So I think that for us, or for you, Aries, it's going to be like a feeling of finally being able to manifest some of all of the great ideas you've been having, all of the fiery things you have wanted to start, because we're so good at starting, we're not always that good at completing. But with all this Taurian energy coming in, Uranus coming in, cleaning up this house and releasing the tension of the places where we aren't that good at staying in the work that we've started. Instead of starting something new, we finish it, or we continue, not necessarily finishing it, but we get the wheels turning. Now we started the ship, the boat, the wheels, and now we are making them turn in our favor, and we are getting new tools to do so. We will be handed a lot of help, because now our planet Mars is moving into Aquarius, so it's about the connections that we have, other people. We need other people to help us. We need to allow this, because we are the good leaders when we know that we cannot do everything on our own, even though we want to, and think we are so self-confident. Yeah, I can do it on my own, man. But no, we need other people. We need to connect, and emotionally we will be more confident as Venus moves into Cancer. And of course, in Taurus, it's nothing. Rome didn't build itself, or it didn't get built in one day. So here we need to give it time to be built, to be patient. Use this helping hand from the universe that will help you manifest your dreams. My fellow Aries, good luck. So Taurus, I've been skating for the beginning of the program, because I represented my own sign Aries, which is all about moving around. But as you know, the fixed grounded earth sign, and I have had a partner for 11 years, or 10 and a half, which was a Taurus. I know. I should take it more slow and maybe stay a little bit more still, because in your sign we want to smell the flowers. Yeah, we want to smell the flowers. Look at the sunset. Feel the wind caress our skin. Take it easy. Happy birthday, by the way. This is your time to shine. As the sun is moving through your sign, well, we are in the last decan. It's a new moon here, and time to start on a fresh new start for you guys. It's your new year. A personal happy birthday, new year for you beautiful Tauruses, who are the best in the zodiac. I want us to enjoy the beauty of life. My camera is not staying as stable as I wanted to, so excuse me, but this is something you better get used to. I'm sorry. change, but in a good way. Uranus, the planet of sudden change, revolution, revelations, epiphanies, is moving into your sign. It's moving out of your 12th house where it's been for 7 to 8 years, 12th house of Aries. And it's actually really nice for you guys that it's moving out from the sign, because it's been revealing so much darkness from within, or not, hidden stuff. Endings you needed to make with things you needed to let go of, love you thought you had, you needed to say goodbye to, or hello to in a new way, deep transformation. I'm sorry for this. You have to bear over with me. The camera's too heavy for this thing I'm having, apparently. This crane. But anyways, doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying, that's count the most. It's moving into your own sign, so it's creating a new identity for you. So this is what's going on in this week. It's a major week of transformation and change. We have the new moon in your sign, we have Mercury moving into your sign, the planet of communication, movement, thinking, we're rationalizing things, depending on where it is, grounding things mentally, in this case in your sign, and then Uranus, as I told you. Then we have Venus, your planet, moving into Cancer, the 3rd house, out of the 2nd, it's been looking at your self-values, into the 3rd house, where you need to engage in other people in your environments. There's another woman with roller skates. Ooh, come on, camera, we want to see her. Okay. So Mars is also moving in out of your 9th house and into your 10th house, Aquarius. So there's a lot going on, and the most important thing is the Uranus shift, I must say. It's going to feel very unstable for you, and you like things to be the way they used to be, always was, and well, you know how it was, and you can enjoy life. Smell the flowers, as I said before. They don't really smell. Oh yeah, they do. Smørkop in Danish, buttercup. I don't even really know what they're called in English, but when Uranus comes in, it releases any tensions about your identity that is no longer serving you. So you need to embrace and welcome that change as it comes, because it's really for the best for you. It's so much easier for you having it go through your 1st house. No, tell me about it. I've had it through my 1st house for the last 7 to 8 years, and this has been the greatest relief of my effing life, I tell you. I've been breaking free of so much that was holding me back, where I was holding myself back. Patterns, people, ways of just doing, thinking that was not necessarily because it was about my identity, and I renewed myself, and I feel free and liberated, and I feel like I am where I need to be. You need to remember, in my hometown we like to say without cars, because here in this harbour town of Esbjerg they like playing with their muscles. But anyways, let me zoom in, even though this bastard I was about to say of a crane is not working. We might be able to see the sunset. But as I'm ending your sign, going for Gemini, I want to look towards the ocean. So the thing is that you need to connect to other people, and don't fear this change. Don't. You don't have to, you know. Through all this 12th house Aries, you had to have learned to stay in the flow. Can't get much more. There cannot be that many more deep, unpleasant surprises for you coming. So just stay in the flow and trust the process. Trust the process, Taurus, because your life is about to change from the inside out. And we love the change that you're gonna go through, or we are gonna love who we're gonna see, I'm sure. Stay true. Stay true to your own values and let go of the ones that you know are no longer serving you. Thank you, Taurus. See ya. So Gemini, now it's your turn. Uranus, your planet Mercury, and the new moon is going on in Taurus. I'm on my roller skates here. You like to move around and about, so I bet you enjoy that I'm moving a little bit. The sun is going down and I'm in Esbjerg, my hometown in Denmark. I live in Tokyo, but now I'm here. So, Mercury, Uranus, and the new moon is going on in Taurus, your 12th house. This is the main thing of this week, apart from that Venus is moving from your sign into your second house of values and money and relationships in certain ways. And you also have Mars moving into your 9th house. And Mars is starting its shadow phase. But that's not what I want to focus upon primarily, because your planet is accompanying Uranus into the 12th house. And I'm sorry to have to tell you this if you didn't already hear. And I'm sorry for this camera. This is the Uranus energy showing us that things are unstable when Uranus is around because it's releasing tension. So it's breaking apart whatever is no longer serving us, anything which needs to change for us in a way so that we can evolve and be that better person. Not driving too fast down the highway always. This is what you're probably not gonna do so much anymore. Because, well, of course you will, but life is gonna force you into your 12th house. Because Taurus is your 12th house. What is the 12th house? This is where we meet God. It's the last of 1 to 12 houses. It's the last house of the house system. So this is where we dig up those things that were behind the scenes that we didn't expect, that were hidden to us. This is when we are alone with ourselves. This is the life of a monk or a nun, or what do you call, not a nun, what do you call the female monk? It's the state of meditation where you connect with God and all there is, which is something that you do by turning inwardly, meditating, going out of your thoughts and into the flow, into the heart. You connect from the heart. And this is not necessarily so easy for the mental Gemini that likes to talk, go round and about in the city and new things happening, bam, 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 from going from one place to the other. This is why the 12th house is falling in Taurus, where they need to ground you for you to be able to sit down, stop talking, going inwardly, and make some inner change. At the same time, we have Mars moving into your 9th house. This is just a cycle, by the way, starting that will take 7 to 8 years. So get used to it. Don't fight it, because you cannot fight this. It's gonna be changing over a long period of time. It will be. You've already felt it. I'm certain. I know several Geminis. You've already felt it. But at the same time, Mars is moving into your 9th house of foreign travels or just traveling, education, learning something new, expanding your horizon. So that goes so well, in my opinion. The 9th house goes so well with the 12th house. Even though they're squaring, they go so well because, to me, the 12th house is all there is. Call it God, call it whatever. No, God is not about religion. When I say God, I don't know who you are watching, but God doesn't mean anyone from the church necessarily. Or maybe it does. That's not the importance. God is creator. All there is. It's could be called love. It could be called whatever you want to call it. But it's what connects us all. It's the energy we're all a part of, right? So, combining that with the 9th house of expanding your mind, looking for answers, looking for the truth. I want to make quotation marks, but I can't because I'm holding a pretty heavy camera and a sound system which is not working. But I can show you what I'm passing through. Wow, Japanese. Sakura. We like that. And yellow houses. And the ocean. No, I want to go further out to the ocean. I'm sorry, Gemini, you have to scroll further on in this report to see me get to where you can actually see the ocean properly. Yeah, maybe there will be some foreign travels for you. But I would focus upon maybe finding some kind of meditational practice. I myself use heartfulness meditation. I've tried many types of meditations, and this particular type of meditation was the one that I stuck with, or kept doing. Oh, what a beautiful house. Talking of houses. Because here, first of all, it's for free. It's a volunteer thing, you can just join. Secondly, they have what they call preceptors, which are teachers that sit with you through the meditation, which is kind of like turning up the volume of the meditation, helping you through. And it's all over the world, so just Google heartfulness.com, write me, and I will tell you where to go. But you need to find a method and a way that suits you to go inwardly. Yeah, that would be a great idea. And don't worry, don't be afraid. You know, Mercury, your ruler, is the only one that was able to go to connect the underworld with our world. The only one who could descend and go down there and come back alive. We always come back alive, our souls do. So that's the journey you're going on. Out of the 3D realm into the eternal flow of the universe. Best of luck, Gemini. See you next week. So Cancer, these are families here on the beach. How perfect. Welcome to this report. I'm in my hometown Esbjerg in Denmark. I live in Tokyo, but I am visiting home, which is where you love and adore. I'm sorry for the camera not staying still. It's because my crane is not capable of carrying my camera and my sound equipment at the same time, as it used to do, but it's okay. Just wanted to show you this before we start. What a beautiful sunset, right? These are the beautiful houses. So appropriate for Cancers. So, what is going on this week, Cancer? It's a major week. And there's a dog looking at me. It's a major week, Cancer. You know why? Let me start the crane. See if it wants to work with me. Doesn't really, but it's okay. Let me turn it. All right. So, Cancer, what's going on this week? Well, instability in some ways. For you, as the camera just showed us, but in a good way. We have a new moon in Taurus. We have Mercury and Uranus moving into Taurus, while it's squaring Mars there, up there in Aquarius. What does this mean for you? Well, we also have Venus moving into your sign. That's a little cookie at the end of the report for you. But there's animals crawling on me. What I wanted to say about this was that this is in your 11th house, social house of networking, going out there, being with other people, other groups, your friends, out there and about in circles where what you do not usually want to do. Maybe I should just take it off this crane. I think I'm gonna do that while I'm talking to you because this is not really working. Okay. So Cancer, you like to stay comfortably in your shell because you're so sensitive. That's the beauty of you. You're such a beautiful sign. You have such a good energy. All signs are beautiful, of course, but there's something about you when you feel safe that makes you shine so much in such a soft and strong and beautiful way, which makes you, this quality makes you insecure sometimes. Just a second. So I'm putting down this. It makes you feel unstable. Oh, that was nice. When you have to go out of your comfort zone and you're not at home, because then you don't feel safe and you have a tendency of crawling into your shell. And when you crawl into your shell, you kind of close your heart off, and then you can't really feel other people. Which, when you cannot feel other people, since you're so emotional, I have Jupiter in Cancer, so I know Cancer, and I have Venus in the 4th house, the house of Cancer. So this makes you actually not connect to people because you start fearing maybe they don't want to, you can start fearing maybe they don't want, or maybe they will hurt me, or maybe I can't feel safe with them, etc., etc. But this time you need to open up and get out of that shell and try to get out there, connect with other people, do something about that. Yeah, it's good for you, It's not a bad thing. And at the same time, we have Mars there moving into the sign of Aquarius. And that Mars is the planet of action and where we get things done and we move forward and have our self-esteem. This is in your 8th house, so you need to feel, what are your passions? What is it you really want, What are you passionate about? Do that. Break that pattern, that habit of yours, whatever kind of way it's manifesting in your life. You have something that you need to break out of. And Uranus is gonna, for the next 7 to 8 years, make you get out of this comfort zone of yours. And it's just gonna force you to do so, to get out there to other people, to socialize and connect and make networks and find your tribe, other groups of people, and you're gonna love it, don't worry. So even though it's out of your comfort zone and not what you're used to, you'll be okay. You'll be okay, you'll be fine. You just tune into your heart. In there, inside of your heart, you can always feel safe, you know that. Meditate a little, walk in the nature if you feel unsure, but jump into it, be with other people, connect, make those connections. I know you can do it. Fellow Cancers. Still be at home sometimes under the pillows in your bed, enjoying a nice cup of warm tea with your family. So, best of luck. Maybe your friends or these new zones will feel like family to you, actually. I think they will. So best of luck, Cancer. Best of luck. We are moving away from Cancer. Let me just show you this before we move on. We're in Esbjerg, my hometown. I live in Tokyo, but I'm at home. Yeah, visiting my hometown actually to work with some television. And this as well. And I am an Aries. My name is Maria, as you saw. So I'm from your sister sign. And I'm in the 2nd decan of Aries, which is ruled by the sun. So, and I have Leo on my midheaven. So that is where I leave my legacy in the world. It's in your sign. So people always perceive me as a Leo. So, and my dog is a double Leo, by the way. So that inner child of mine is also intact. So I understand you guys, and I know where you're coming from. Whoops, now we're having a lot of scratching on the camera because something fell down. It's okay. So I'm having a little bit of technical problems. That's why I'm holding the camera in my hand instead of on the crane. So it might be a little shaky, but that's okay. Go for the 85%, as my beloved Martin says. Not the 100. I have a lot in Virgo, so I have a tendency of being a perfectionist, but I'm learning. So, Leo, what is going on for you this week? Well, we are having Uranus, Mercury, and the new moon in Taurus, your 10th house of reputation, the legacy you leave behind in the world. Work needs to be done. You're not getting that vacation now, or tomorrow, or anytime soon, because it's staying there for 7 to 8 years. But the good thing, Leo, is that I knew that you like and love when you have a good reputation, when people admire you for what you do and who you are, and a good revolution within this part and sector of your chart is not a bad thing for you at all. You know, you're gonna enjoy that, even though you might want to take a break sometime, because as we all know, the heavy planets, the MFers, are all, I hope you can hear me now, a big fly fell into my throat as I'm mentioning the big motherfuckers. And look at this beautiful little summer house next to the sea. Okay, I know you appreciate and value beauty. And we also have Venus moving into Cancer, sign of the home, but in the 12th house this week as we're looking at the water. So something may need to come up to the surface, something that's no longer good for you in your life that needs to fall away and you need to let go of. At the same time as we have the heavy planets cleaning up in your work house, the 6th house of Capricorn. So ain't that interesting how life just wants you to have a great change within these sectors. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love that change. Maybe you're gonna be able to build a new house like this that was just built once you're done, because you made a progress, or not, doesn't have to be a house like this by the sea. It could also be something else. It doesn't have to be the greatest of the greatest, even though we know that you are one of the Feinschmeckers, the German word, so good. In this case, this means people that really appreciate good quality, nice, beautiful things, etc. But yes, you have to get on those work gloves and start, or continue to work. And Mars is also moving into the sign of Aquarius, which is also really interesting because it's your opposite sign, the 7th house for you. So this means that there may be some confrontations, because as we know, Mars, my planet, by the way, I'm not that aggressive, I think, is the planet of war, and can be a little rash sometimes and come with some outbursts, not agreeing with you as it's in the opposite sign. So just be prepared to be a little bit flexible, and know that the goal is that your reputation is going to improve, even though you like to relax as a Leo on the cliff looking at your kingdom, being admired. You're going to be admired for your work instead of just lying there. And then one day you can look over the ocean. In 7 years, or hopefully before, you'll get really tired and just look at what you've built along the way. Like these 4 men here, looking over the ocean. And here we have the work represented in oil drilling things. And things will be moving just as my roller skates. And hopefully you won't get as many scars as this Aries has on her knee. Good luck, Leo. You know we love you. We do. I love the Leo. So keep working. I want to see you, whatever it is you do. Send it to me. Whichever stage you're on performing. Lots of love from Esbjerg. Good luck. Ooh la la, my Virgos. I have my moon, North Node and Saturn in Virgo, so I know you guys, but we are quite the workaholics, aren't we? Welcome to another week, a new week, with me here in Esbjerg, my hometown in Denmark. I live in Tokyo, so the next reports in the future will come primarily from Tokyo, from interesting places. But anyways, Virgos, I'm here on my roller skates, and I will be standing still soon enough. Maybe I should do so from over here. Enjoying the rest of the light coming in here from the ocean as the sun just went down. So this week we have the sun, and no, we have the sun in Taurus, and we have the new moon in Taurus, and we have Mercury and Uranus moving into the sign of Taurus. So what does that mean for you? Well, it's in your sister sign, and we have a lot of things going on in those signs. We have, as you already know, probably if you followed astrology, now I'm making noise with the microphone, just give me a second to adjust to that. We have a lot in your 5th house of romance up there. Yeah, we're having Mars moving out of there, and then we have, let me not disturb these beautiful people over there too much. I will be moving over here. So we have Pluto, Black Moon Lilith, and Saturn in your 5th house, giving a spark and some spice to the romance, or at least cleaning up, destroying something that needs to be transformed on a deeper level, and making that part of your life much better for you in the future. As well as all these things I just mentioned moving into Taurus. This means this is your 9th house of adventure, travels, foreign travels, expanding your mind, your horizon. Look at this horizon, by the way. Oh yeah, I really love that. This is a beautiful horizon. And it's time for you to get out of the comfort zone. You have your ways, you have your routines, you love things to be the way they always were. And I'm sorry, Virgos. I'm not sorry though. I'm really happy for you, because now it's time to break out of that routine and that fixed way of, not fixed because you are a mutable sign, but still you're Earth, and you're kind of like critical, and like you have your little nerdy things that you trip on. She knows what she's talking about. But you need to break out of that and expand your horizon. You need to take chances. You need to change. You need to change your perspective, and it's gonna happen whether you want it or not, because Uranus is going in there. It doesn't really care what you feel about it. It just wants to release the tension wherever you have felt stuck, you know. So now is the perfect time for you to break out of your routines. Be more social, because we have Venus moving into your 11th house of Cancer. Finding that social side of you, and just jump into the world with all the love you have. You're so, whenever you feel confident, and whenever you feel that there's nothing to criticize about you, you just jump out there on the boat, moving forward, just like this ship out here. It's okay for you to work because you love it, but let go of work for some time. Just enjoy life a little bit. Like the 9th house is ruling. Sagittarius, they love a good party, and the Leos want as well, which is like 5th house people. 5th and 9th house. Come on, let's do it. And 11th. You have things going on in 5th, 11th, and 9th. I love it. This means that it's time for you to get out there, enjoy the effing party, find the love you want, and enjoy and explore the world with her. And good luck, Virgo. You don't need to criticize yourself this much. You're good enough just the way you are. Just the way you are. Remember. So Libra, hey, look at this. Lights in my wheel. Fifth house stuff. We have Mars moving into your fifth house, the inner child. Then, yeah, hi Libra. My air sign. This is my rising sign. I'm in the last degree of Libra. So I know where you're coming from. Many people in my family was Libras. Is and was all Libra risings. So this is a sign I'm quite familiar with, and I just got a fly into my mouth. A fly. I'm so sorry about the noise. I'm sitting here by the beach, my hometown Esbjerg, Denmark. I am living in Tokyo, but I'm at home right now. The weather is amazing. So it's time for some relief for you guys this week. And some tension that has been there for a long time. For 7 to 8 years you have had, let me see, there's a wire doing something weird here. No, I still have a good sound. So for 7 or 8 years, Libra, let's have this background. For 7 or 8 years, you've had Uranus in your opposite sign. And I know what that has been feeling like. People coming in, situations and people coming in and out of your life. Now this is disturbing the microphone. I'm sorry. I need to have it in my ears so that I can hear that the sound is okay. Situations, people, new situations, new people, strange, weird occurrences suddenly appearing in your life, feeling like in opposition to you, getting you out of your comfort zone, relationship-wise. Now it's finally time for Mercury, the new moon, and Uranus to move into your 8th house, Taurus. And your 8th house is the house of your true innermost desires, sexual needs and desires. Anything coming from a deeper level in you, your need to connect with other people on a deeper level, but not always as you usually tend to do. Please others and do it the way they want instead of feeling how you actually need it to be. This time, it's about you. This time, oh, the microphone is a little low here. This time, I'm sorry. This time, it's all about how you feel. What do you desire? What is right for you, Libra? This time. You need to be true to yourself. You cannot always attach to people and be the pleaser that does whatever they want to. You need to feel what is it that you want to. And Uranus is going to make you do it whether you like it or not, because you like it, because the result of it is going to be good, because deep down inside you're probably also tired of always playing to the flute of other people, what they want, the melodies they want to hear. It's time to play your melody this time. Beautiful melody, of course, since you're Libra. A beautiful, harmonious melody. You don't always have to be the one regulating the scales, you know. It's important to learn that. And at the same time we have Venus moving into your 10th house, your reputation and also work field. Of course, she is gonna come into opposition with all the heavy MFers in your 4th house of Capricorn, but that's another story. So we're gonna come to that later on. But the main thing in here is the relief that's gonna come for you. I love that, and I also love the fact that Mars is moving into your sign of romance. Yay! Your sister sign of Aquarius. Ooh, romance is such a beautiful thing. Release your inner child. Follow your heart. Don't follow trends, as we say in RainbowLand. Follow your heart. That's my motto, and that's yours for this week. Best of luck, Libra. See you next week. Hey there, Scorpio. Now it's your turn. Oops, I'm getting up because I just did the Libra report sitting down. But in your case, I'm gonna start by the water since you are a water sign, and I'm gonna make sure that the microphone is placed without making all of these noises. Yeah. So the thing is that next week I'm gonna draw some cards as well as I'm doing your signs. But this week things are a little unstable because what's creating the instability? We have Mercury and Uranus together, and Uranus is known to be a planet of instability and sudden change wherever it might be and fall. Let's try to go down here on my roller skates. Yeah, good luck talking about instability. Or is that really a good idea? Let's see. Probably not, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So this is not an advice for you. That's just me, I'm Aries, so too much of a hero sometimes. So, but the thing is that these things are happening in your 7th house of relationship. So your relationships. It's been in your 6th house where you have been for the last 7 to 8 years. You have been concerned or forced to be about your lifestyle, your daily routines, your schedule, and times are changing now because we're moving into your 7th house of relationships. This means that it's time for you to have some revelations in your relationships to others. So many different people are going to come in and out of your life, and the trick is for you to choose the right people to stay. Because we also have Mars moving into your 4th house of emotions, so it can be an emotional affair for you. You have to feel into who are the right people for me in my life. Who am I benefiting from being with, spending time with? Who can make the better me come out? Because you have such strong likes and dislikes, as we know. So you don't want someone to provoke that the Plutonian weapon that you hold, Taurus, because you are one of the strong MFs of the zodiac. You have a lot of power, and you want to use that power constructively because we need you to in this world. We need your force in a constructive way. So, and this starts with your relationship with others. So, this period that starts now and for the next 7 to 8 years, you need to really reevaluate who are the right people for you in your life. Venus is also moving into your 9th house of foreign travels and education, and it's in Cancer, so you're gonna wanna follow that heart of yours, which you are actually good at, without tripping or flipping out whenever someone is getting on your nerve, because it might be a little or feel a little unstable for you as people come in and out of your life, but take it as the lesson it is, in a good way, for you to choose the right people to be in your life. How appropriate is it that we are approaching these? It's 4 people, but you can only see 2. And yeah. Is it Mars we're having over there in the background? I think it is. Just a second. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. So the stars are coming out. And you are a shining star, Scorpio. You have such strong emotions brewing inside of you. Strong desire. Find the best ways of using them so that you don't become self-destructive. See, this was a card that just accidentally is in the bottom, or not synchronistically. You have to see the illusions for what they are and just be realistic about who are the right people for you, so that they don't overstep your boundaries and that you don't overstep theirs. Because Taurus, Scorpio axis is the axis is the axis of boundaries, emotional and physical boundaries. So you need to learn what are your boundaries, set them, and be sure you don't overstep other people's boundaries by dominating or controlling or letting others dominate or control you. But use your power and your force in a good way. May the force be with you. See you next week. So, okay, so we're on. We're gonna make this plane take off here now. Hopefully it will do what, as I said, as I wanted to. I mean, I'm Aries, by the way, it's the sign. Okay, we're going, we're on, we're out there. So, actually, the picture's not clear. How will I make it clear? There's something wrong with the signal right now. So actually I have to take it back here and land it. Probably because it's not good. So anyway, I may have to do this twice. Let me just end this. So we're taking off, and as you can see, there's something wrong with the signal here because it's first of all, it wouldn't sharpen the picture. And that was not because it was dark, because it usually can. Then I discovered, like, here we're taking off. I want to show it anyways, because the light was so beautiful, even though it's unsharp. The thing is that I think and believe that they built these statues upon some metal kind of construction. So with yeah, you see them there. And that was disturbing it. Suddenly it just took power and control over the drone, so it kept flying straight. So I tried to land it for a long time. I'm not going to bore you with this. But it's just funny because we're in the sign of Sagittarius now. You guys, Sagittarius, you are a little wild and ungrounded sometimes. Well, I'm an Aries, so who am I to talk? So I'm not trying to criticize you. Here I am, sitting by the feet of these four handsome men. Trying to get control of this MFer, and this is very appropriate as we are going to speak about how Uranus is going to move into the sign of Taurus, which is more grounded, making you have more grounded routines. But let's see what's going to happen. I'm going to sit still and talk to you this time. So, yes. Hello? Okay. So that was my testing, Sag, of the drone here, and as you could see, the pictures were very unstable, so I'm recalibrating my gimbal here. The gimbal is the camera. So it turns out that there's a strong magnetic field here around these white men, which makes the drone go crazy, so I had a hard time landing it. Anyways, so I will make the report here. It's not a good light for certain types of photography or filming, but in a way I like this evening light. And as we're getting to the 9th sign of the zodiac, your sign, in a way it's appropriate for me, because you guys, you see the horizon. We need to sit out here. For the rest of the signs, we will be going home. So what I wanted to say to you guys is that as for all the other signs, I've also said and mentioned that of course we have, for all of you guys, Mercury and Uranus and the new moon in Taurus, entering Taurus, and the new moon in Taurus, and we'll always also have the sun here still, but it will move into Gemini, of course, later on, at the end of this week or after. But the thing is that these planets are moving into your 6th house after having been in the 5th house, romance and you releasing your inner child and being on stage in many ways, working on the passion, as you are passionate yourself, your sister sign of Aries. It's moving into Taurus, your 6th house, so it's about your routines, your schedule. Reinventing that. And maybe getting some better health habits and routines. And the funny thing is that for Sagittarius, it's suggesting the gimbal. I'm not sure if I dare to turn it on again. But you can scroll to the beginning of the video and you will see how I was flying it at the beginning. The thing is that oh, there's someone filming the ocean. Now he's filming the foreman, of course. Yeah. The thing is that for you Sagittarius, who are often all over the place, as you can also sometimes say about us, my sign Aries, so I'm not trying to criticize you. We are sister signs. Just like your sign, my sign, and the Leos, we are sister signs. So we are the passionate fire signs that can be all over the place. So for the scheduled routine to actually work for us, because I also have an earth sign as a 6th sign, Virgo, then you have, of course, you have Taurus as a 6th sign, because you really need something heavy to ground you, and that's the most grounded sign, because it's, oh, now the mosquitoes are coming, because this sign is a fixed earth sign. So if someone's gonna make you sit still and not travel around the world, but necessarily, or probably you will still anyway, but to sit down, you know, and do some routine work and do something steady that needs to be done regularly, and actually manifesting all of your great and brilliant ideas and sights and visions of the world into reality. The 3D reality is not that whatever you do is not in the reality, but the 3D realm as we are in as human beings. Taurus is needed for the next 7 to 8 years. You have to look a bit upon if your routines are healthy, are you doing the right things for yourself, etc. And this correlates with all the heavy MFers being in your 2nd house of values and money. Oh man, it's getting dark. This camera is not good at darkness. I could also adjust the settings, but not now, not in the middle of this report. I don't know if you can see me, but it's okay, you can hear me. So as they are changing your value system and your financial system, you also have to make your daily routines adjusted to this as well. Wow, even though you like to fly like this seagull above the oceans, you can still do that. You also need to have your routines set in a good way for you. And at the same time, we are having Mars moving into your 3rd house of Aquarius. So you're gonna be around, your environment is gonna have some go to it and some action around it, and so you need to connect with other people in a way that's healthy for you, as the 6th house is involved actually in a square to this. So maybe it will conflict with your new good habits you're trying to make, but your environment, maybe you want to stop drinking too much because you know it's actually not that good for you, to go to all these parties Friday and Saturday, but your environment is conflicting with it because they're offering it to you as you're trying to stay healthy in some way or another. And yeah, and we also have Venus moving from the sign from Gemini, from your 7th house of Gemini into your 8th house of Cancer. So it's also a good time to look upon these values of yours. Are they correlating with your habits and daily routines, the weekly routines? Are your values, are you following the strong desires of yours? And the relationship stuff that's been going on while Venus has been in your 7th house of Gemini, the people you met or the person, maybe a new relationship was started. Can you connect on that deeper level? Will you take it to the next level? Can you do that? And will it correspond with those routines of yours? Oh, there's a blackbird. I don't know if you can see it, but it's singing. Try to see if we can hear it. Oh, they say that it's rehearsing its song, its mating song that it's going to use later on in the season. That's why they're singing, they're practicing. Just as we were talking about relationships, did you rehearse your song to your beloved well enough for you to manifest it on a deeper level? I don't know, can it even focus here? Yeah, here we have it. This is my little bird. This is the song you're hearing. And the rainbow in the back of the sky here. Oh, my sister sign, Sagittarius, I wish you the best of luck. You're so beautiful people. Be good to yourself, health-wise. Do the right things for you. Big hugs. And remember, it's not always wise to come running naked out into the water at the party. Maybe your new partner won't like that. 8th house can be some jealousy involved. But maybe it's just because they love you. See ya. Let's end with the roller skates. Yay, let's end with the roller skates. Look at them. Woo! The roller skates, I have lights in them. I don't know if you can see. Anyways. Thank you, Sag. See you next week. So hi there, Capricorn. We went back to RainbowLand after some magnetic field interference with our drone. So things are getting more stable, just as you are an earth sign, but a cardinal earth sign. I'm a cardinal sign as well. I'm an Aries, and right now the Aries has to check the sound and remove her hair from the microphone, which she will do gracefully like that. Still the sound, yeah, the sound is all right. So we're back home here in RainbowLand, where we are encouraging people to fulfill their dreams. Just, it's over here. Kind of like saying, follow your heart. Like the RainbowLand motto is, don't follow trends, follow your heart. So this is also the case for you, Capricorn, since everything in this week and also following 7 to 8 years with the Uranus is going on in your 5th house, and that is Taurus, your sister sign, earth sign as well. The 5th house is the house of romance and releasing your inner child, following your heart, letting yourself shine, opening up to who you are on the inside and on the core level of your heart, in the deepest core level. And your own planet is in your own sign, of course, so it's back home, feeling how it is to be back after 28 years of being at other places. So it's your time to shine. It's your time to stop being the captain of the ship, which is your role of the zodiac, where you have to be the one not thinking about how your emotional state is. And Venus is going into your opposite sign, 7th house of Cancer, where you actually are encouraged to feel your emotions, and you will stand face to face to people that probably will show you how to do that, and the contrary of what you usually do, and it will show you, bring a light upon your partnerships, and to see if your partnerships are actually fulfilling these intentions of yours of trying to follow your heart instead of what's best for the structure of society. At the same time, we have Mars going out of your sign, putting action and light into the 2nd house of yours, which is Aquarius. So it's about values again. It's about your values. What do you value? What is good for you personally, Capricorn? So stop being that one who's always there for everyone else and be there for yourself. And find out if your relationships hold the value and set the space wide enough for you to follow your heart and be who you are without restricting you. You also have Jupiter right there in Scorpio, which is your 11th house, social house. So it's time to get out there, Leo, Capricorn, and release that inner Leo, I was about to say, or the 5th house of yours, and enjoy the party, enjoy this life. It's your time, you've been through enough, let's just say it like that, with Pluto and in your sign since 7, so yeah, it's your time to shine. I know a lot of cabbies, and I know you guys have been through hell and back. So follow your heart. Don't follow trends, follow your heart. Good luck. So Aquarius, now it's your time to get an explanation. We have your planet creating all the fuss in the zodiac this week and for the next 7 to 8 years. It's a slow mover. 84 years it takes to go around the zodiac. So finally it's going into Taurus. It's been in Aries, your 3rd house of communication and environments and sisters and brothers, etc., siblings, for the last 7 to 8 years. And now finally it's going into your 4th house, home life, family life. So that is rather interesting. At the same time, we have Mars moving into your sign, where it will later on retrograde back into your 12th house and again come into your house, your sign. So, and we also have Venus there moving into Cancer, the 6th house of health and routines. And yeah, so that's basically what I want to talk about. And also Jupiter over there in your 10th, since it's kind of like 4th, 10th is activated. So that's interesting for you. But what I wanted to say was, first of all, of my readings lately for the last half a year, like 85% of them has been Aquarius. So I've looked through your charts so many times, with different versions of it, of course. And the funny, the thing is that this is the sign, and Capricorn. Those two signs are the signs that in my practice as an astrologer, where I have met most people feeling that this has been so damn hard. And this is because you've had all of this. I'm going to mention it anyway, even though it was another end of the scale that was in focus. It will have a correlation, I'm sure, as I'm channeling. You have Pluto, you have Saturn, your own planet, and a black moon Lilith, and you've had Mars lately. Just a second, okay, that was just something that was about to fall down. In your 12th house, where you need to let go of things that are no longer serving you on such a deep level, and it's like it's Pluto leading the pack there, starting the whole journey in 7. This has forced you to let go of so many things. This has forced you to just allow yourself to trust in God and what you want to call the creation of life, because it's just been out of your hands. It felt like you had nothing to say or to do. Like life is just taking you on this roller coaster. So, with this in the perspective of what's going on now, everything moving into your other planet, the newer planet ruler, sign ruler, Uranus moving into your 4th house, along with Mercury, which is actually the lower, what do you call that in English? Mercury and Uranus go well together, because the higher and the lower mind thinking, the genius along with the rational thinker and the connector of the underworld and this world, together moving into your 4th house, it's really putting an emphasis, as there also is a new moon there, putting an emphasis upon your home situation, your home life. Uranus is the planet of freedom coming in there, where usually the home and the family is kind of like a settled structure, but it demands freedom here as well, and some newness. There will be sudden changes probably. Maybe you're sick and tired of living in a apartment. You want to live by the sea or out in nature. Build a house in the trees like they do in Damanhur in Italy. Or maybe you're actually tired of living in a tree and you want to change to an apartment instead, or a house or whatever. The situation is gonna, for the next 7 or 8 years, you're gonna see that you'll go through a transformation on this level, and also your emotions might change because it's the 4th house, and you will unravel, you will unfold some emotions that you weren't really in touch with, because usually you are up in the clouds and the thinking in this areas and mental up in the air, and now you're forced to feel how you really feel, And we've had the North Node going through, the South Node going through your sign. As the North Node has been going through Leo, it's been like, damn, you've been, pardon my French, through one hell of a ride there, right? And now you want to settle the right way. You really feel like you want to settle, but still being you, still being able to be free, but have the right terms of settling. And that will go through a revolution for the next 6 to 7 years. But the good thing is, though, that in 20 you will see, like when your Saturn is coming home. I just have to mention this. I know this is going to be a little longer than expected, but when your planet is coming home, I'm sure you'll be rewarded for all what you've been going through, and you'll be able to manifest and feel and see the new identity after you've cleaned up those parts of your closet needed to be cleaned up. But now you have Jupiter in your 10th house, so your house of reputation and work and the legacy you leave behind in opposition to the new moon and your own planet Uranus and Mercury and Taurus. So it's also balancing the home life with the work life, and which is gonna get the most attention. Find a good balance there. And then of course there's your health with Venus moving into your 6th house, and your daily routines. Find a good rhythm, a good pace, a good routine, and everything's gonna be just fine. You're the genius sign, Aquarius. Look into the future and see that it will be bright, and then the law of attraction will make sure that it will. Best of luck. See you next week. Hi there, Pisces. My fellow Pisces, I have Venus and Mercury in Pisces, so my communication and quotation marks rational thinking is in Pisces, and my values, my habits, everything. So I know you and my South Node. So yes, Pisces. This week we have no more than 3 major things happening. We have so many things happening that it's a major week, So we have a new moon in your 3rd house of Taurus. We have Mercury and Uranus moving into Taurus, and it's squaring Mars. Mars is moving into Aquarius, and Venus is moving into Cancer. So one step at a time. What's going on? Yeah, well, usually when you look at the horoscopes, whoops, sorry for the noise. My crane is broken, so I have to hold it in the hand. Usually with the horoscopes, it's like, with the sun sign horoscopes, it's like this. you see that it's the third house you're talking about for Pisces. But the interesting thing is, which sign is the third house happening in for Pisces? It's Taurus. What is that? That's a fixed sign, and it's an earth sign. It's an effing stubborn sign. And as it lands on your mental realm of how you think and rationalize, and your environment, etc., it tells something about Pisces, that they can get kind of like stuck in a certain way of thinking, a thought pattern, and a way of acting out in the environment. And when Uranus comes in there, it's kind of like, it's time for change, because it's just looking for where to put the lightning in, where the tension is. And just a second. I'll remove my glasses now, because it's reflecting the light. So now I can see you better. Or actually I can't, but you can see me better. The thing is that there's something that's been holding you back. We have Mars moving into your 12th house, where it's, Mars is the warrior. It has a sword, because it's also a tool, so it has a big sword, and it wants to cut cords in the 12th house. The 12th house is kind of hiring Mars to come in there and say, hey, can you remove this SHIT over here in the corner, because we need some space here for this Piscean to make some new habits and routines in their heads and their daily circles of environment they're hanging around in, so that we can see them make some unexpected action that we don't usually see them do. Because Pisces, you need to get out of your fixed little mind and find new ways, And Venus is going into your 5th house of romance at the same time, so it's a good way, a good energy. We love Venus in the 5th, and in Cancer, like your sister signs, and it's about feeling all your feelings, following your heart, and releasing that inner child that you're already good at, because you have that childish side, singing some songs and going into the flow in a new way. And Uranus is gonna help you break down some structures in these zones. And you have Jupiter in your 9th house as well. So probably you've had a good year of traveling, expanding your mind in other ways as well. So it's not a bad combination. It's a good one. So yeah, and you being the last sign of the zodiac, I know Pisces. One of my best friends, she's Chilean. She's a dancer, and she teaches people to dance. But she doesn't just do that. She spreads love, is what she does, and she shows everyone how to be true to your emotions and show them, etc. Because she's Scorpio rising, and she would just put on a song right now, and we would start dancing and start expressing our hearts. She has a moon in Leo, but it's just which correlates so well with the 5th house. She is so appropriate for the Pisces this week. Put on that awesome song of yours and start dancing. Yeah, well, let's just send our condolences to Avicii's parents. I don't know why that came in, but that's kind of like, put on that song. I don't even remember the name of it, but you know that. His biggest hit. Just go Google that and then go out and dance. Yeah, that's an awesome idea. I think that I might just do that. So see you next week, Pisces, and thank you.
Så du er min, og jeg er vild med dig. Summertime.